Hello everyone, my name's Tyler and welcome to episode 14 of Fortnite Battle Royale Ideas, the series where you give your ideas for Fortnite and I'll give you my thoughts and implementations on the ideas. In today's video, we're talking about a backpack. Today's video idea comes from Gandalf LC, who says, add backpacks to add more item slots. Stormy Pegasus, who says, this is my idea. Backpack, uncommon 1 slot, rare 2 slots, epic 3 slots, legendary 5 slots. Assassin Gamer 22, who says, an idea I have is that there should be a backpack that has different rarities, rare, epic, legendary, and you would have 1 extra slot for rare, 2 for epic, and 3 for legendary. Snipers TO3 responds to this comment by saying, I think they should just add in additional inventory space for weapons and consumables. In the background, you're seeing some gameplay of me and my squad dropping in Anarchy Acres. We managed to pick off one team scattered about the fields and max out on shields. A little later, we opened a supply drop that had a jump pad, my personal favorite item in the game, that proves to be useful as I fly in on a hot flank and save my teammates later on. Don't let me pretend to be the hero though. If it wasn't for them reviving and supplying ammo and bandages, I wouldn't be able to do anything. We fight some long distance fights on a hilltop overlooking Pleasant Park, and after some boogie bomb shenanigans, we make our way to Pleasant via jump pad to hunt down the last squad. Hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. If you do, give the video a thumbs up. What if a backpack was added to Fortnite? I don't think anyone would complain about being able to hold more loot. That's obviously a good thing. The argument here is that would adding extra inventory slots negate some of the thinking required to win? When you first land, you're going to, or at least should, pick up everything you can so your enemies can't. Picking up any weapon is going to be better than picking up none. As the game progresses, you're going to find more loot. At this point, you've got some decisions to make. Do you want to hold a medkit that can heal you back to full? Or do you want to hold 15 bandages? That way you can split them with your team and run through the storm for longer. Or do you want to keep both in your inventory but only be able to hold 3 weapons? Do you want to have a blue bolt action sniper or a purple semi-auto sniper? I'm not sure the characteristics of the snipers, but it seems to me that I land more shots with the bolt action and it's easier to conserve ammo. I still, however, find myself struggling to decide. Do I want that green burst that has the potential to do a lot of damage, or do I want a green AR, that way I can conserve ammo since it's sparse at the moment? Do I want to suppress some machine gun so I can spray down cover and check bushes without being noticed, or do I want something else, better suited for another situation? While it may be obvious to choose the gold scar over the common AR, you can see in a lot of situations how there is no wrong choice in choosing your inventory. It comes down to preference, playstyle, and your current situation. The current state of the game may make me want to choose more healing options if I'm between multiple enemies, or choose a rocket launcher over a sniper if I'm about to rush some fortifications, or pick a weapon with light ammo because I'm out of medium ammo and need a gun immediately. The consensus with the group of people I mentioned the backpack idea to was this. The idea is great, but at the moment, there's no reason to add any more slots. Let's talk about some backpack ideas and how they would affect the game, both now and the future state of the game. The first thing Fortnite could do is add in a 6th inventory slot. This would be standard for all players. While this may sound like a bit much, especially after talking about all the important decisions that need to be made with only having 5 inventory slots, I think the need, if you will, of adding a backpack or simply expanding the slots to 6 is because more and more items keep making their way into Fortnite. This is awesome, but it makes it increasingly harder to pick which loot to hang on to. Is that a bad thing? No, I personally think it's a good thing, but wouldn't it be nice? And think of the future of Fortnite. What if months down the road we have 3 new consumables, 4 new weapons, and 2 brand new items? At that point, a 6 inventory slot is sounding even better. Okay, so I agree, maybe having more inventory slots standard is a bit overkill. But what if you could find backpacks around the map? Maybe they can only be found in specific areas like houses, or rarer yet, around the campground scattered throughout the map. Specific areas, though they are still random and not guaranteed, and rare. A blue backpack that gives additional inventory space, a purple that gives you 2 extra, and an extremely rare one that grants 3. What would this do for you? Well, if you could have 6 slots, you could have a close-range weapon, an AR for versatility, a sniper for recon and long range, grenades or rockets for explosive damage, a suppressed weapon for stealth, and a medkit for heals. How versatile would this be for you? Add in a 7th slot and you can hold an extra AR so you don't have to reload your first one mid-firefight. Or carry shields and bandages for 2 sources of heals on top of your versatile set of weapons. And could you imagine an 8th slot? To me, 6 seems doable. With the right balance, it could be a very fun item to find and utilize. I don't think it would be overpowered as it itself doesn't grant its own ability, and 6 spaces, and at the rate of the devs adding more to Fortnite, I still think you would be able to make those conscious, important decisions. 7 or 8 though, even at a high rarity, and I think most people would agree, seems like too much. But let me throw a new one at you. What if the way your inventory works was completely rehauled with the backpack update? There's a lot of ways you could do this, and you could even combine these together. Traps could take up inventory slots. Right now, this doesn't sound like something I'd want, but if you could have 6 slots or a backpack that allowed you to hold more items, this brings balance both to traps now taking up a slot and to having more inventory space. If it were implemented this way, you could still hold on to extra weapons or healing items, but wouldn't be able to hold a jump pad or spike trap. They could add more inventory spaces in the way of a backpack, but at a sacrifice of having a set number of slots for each item type. For example, 1 slot for traps, 1 slot for consumables, 1 slot for grenades and items, and 2 slots for weapons. Then a backpack would allow you to hold 1 more slot's worth of each of these. Not saying I like the idea, but something to think about. What if in the future they add wearables? This is something I think needs to make its way into Fortnite. Shoes, arms, legs, chest, helmet, backpack, raincoat, other unique items. Wearables is an idea I will expand on in a future video or videos. I go over a raincoat idea in a previous video as well as some other ways to survive the storm. Check it out. My biggest wish for wearables is a helmet. Something you would put on, it would protect you from 1 headshot. When you get hit in the head for 1 shot, you would take standard damage instead of the headshot damage multiplier, and then the helmet would be gone. Bit of a side idea, but what do you think? Expect a full video on it sometime. Let's imagine wearables are in Fortnite someday. Do they take an inventory space? Is there a separate inventory for wearables? Is there a separate inventory for traps? I would assume wearables would be on you rather than taking up inventory space, but who knows? Maybe there's wearables you can only wear for a period of time that you would want to keep until you're ready to use, and therefore take up an inventory slot. Maybe each section of your character's body has 1 inventory spot. For example, you have an inventory space for your head. You are currently wearing a helmet, which takes up that space. You find another helmet that you decide to keep in your backpack in case the one you're wearing breaks. I understand the inventory currently in the game is considered a backpack. I'm talking about an additional backpack or a bigger backpack. 5 slots allows you to have a versatile loadout. A quick tip, if you're playing squads, you could have 1 player stack shields and another bandages so you can maximize inventory space, though there are merits to splitting them up. I currently find myself struggling to choose what to keep even if the storm is closing in on me, and this indecisiveness could be what makes me lose the game. An important choice needs to be made, and I think important choices add to the depth and tension of Fortnite, and the ever-changing choice at that. One game I may choose a shotgun to replace an item in my inventory, but under different circumstances in the next game, I may choose a rocket launcher instead. But then again, if they rehaul the system or keep adding more items into the game, my opinion might change. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on this backpack idea and what ways you think it could work or not work and why. Thank you everyone for the ideas and thank you for the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe for Fortnite and all things gaming. This has been Toast, and I'll see you on the next video.